Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the New York Jets. On the Bears sideline, the head man, Ben Johnson. His guys finally got in the win column last week, now trying to make it 2 straight here. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys stuck in a bit of a losing streak right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Leading them out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Miami.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book. He's an asset to have in any offense.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, this defense for the Bears, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
70 Timberwolves. Go.
First down, here's White. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Jets now at 2-5 to start play, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. You look at this Bears defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Defense.
So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the 1st quarter.
Cougar 19, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Go get him.
Looking to throw. Brown. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Ready.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet 1st down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
That's downfield. He's got Taylor. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Mason Taylor, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Jets will jump on top with the game's 1st score here this afternoon. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here now the Bears offense for their 1st drive of the game. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
A strong running. And this will be a Bears 1st down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The numbers for Swift in last week's ball game. 15 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
To throw, Williams. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. To throw, it's Williams. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the 1st time this afternoon. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Release! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw. Brown. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Brown from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Brown. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. You look at this Bears defense. Now, they've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 1st down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. To the air, Williams. That's complete. Luther Burden. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
That's good for a Bears 1st down. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Looking to throw is Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Williams going to look to throw again. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Jets will take over. So here are the Jets now to take over. They've dropped 5 straight coming in, so right now cherishing this lead. And they've got the football as well, 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
The drive starts with a run by White. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Viking 18.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Here we go. Here we go.
They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw. Brown. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This is White on the screen. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Ready, go!
Now Allen. And they'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
They definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Now 2nd and 3.
Go!
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a 1st down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Could be some contact going on.
Ready?
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
10 yards.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man, hand him the ball, and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 70 Lions. Hut, hut.
They run straight ahead here with White. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
6-yard line.
That's a nice run, a nice game that has to have them feeling pretty good about themselves as we head to the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Two yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Come on, come on. 19 lock, Craft 80. Ready, right?
Looking to throw. Brown. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example right there on that play for the touchdown.
It's borderline impossible to defend this guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run a crisp route, and he has excellent hands. Even if you stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lob it up, and he can win almost any jump ball.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
14. Bears nothing.
So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And the Bears first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Bears.
He's got this complete to Burden. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Bears
throwing again here, Williams. Past the 20. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 35.
That's another Bears first down. 1st and goal, Chicago.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown, Bears! Luther Burden, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And finally, he goes out of bounds just 10 yards shy of the end zone. A spectacular return.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
The Jets going to take over now late in this first half. The big kick return nearly resulted in 6. Now they'll try to finish the job here, 1st and goal. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Here's White. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Get it? 70, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Go.
2nd and 9 now. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
A 6-yard gain brings up
Ready, break.
goal.
Right. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
Bronco 80. Ready.
They'll run for it. This is White. And this time he is in. Rachaad White in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Oh, what a move. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. It's week 9 of the regular season, basically the halfway point of the year. So let's get into it. Here are the highlights. Our trip through the NFL starts now. At Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, we find the Falcons at home to take on the Commanders. And it's Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. Bill. He's going to take this one in 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Commanders had to work for it, but they win it by a field goal. From there, why don't we go to Cleveland? Let's check in on the Browns. They're playing host to the Carolina Panthers. And it's Dyami Brown. Just get his hands on the football and let him do the rest. 58 yards for the score. The Panthers move back to within a game of 500 at 4-5 with this win. One more to bring you up. Let's go to Arlington. The Cowboys taking on the Tennessee Titans. And this is George Pickens. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Cowboys finish off the first half of the season with a victory to move them to 5-4 on the season. A look now at the rest of the scores around the NFL as we reach the halfway point of the regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half, as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Good footwork at the 30. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Bears offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I established the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
From the 35, here's second down and 8. Here's Williams. And his throw is going to be incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for the Bears. First down. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Chicago.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DeAndre Swift His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have cut it back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4.
Ready? Bronco 80. Ready, ready.
Back to throw. Brown. Throw left side complete. That's Mitchell. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Jets, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ready, ready. Warriors, Cowboy 80. Hut, hut.
Looking to throw. Brown. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Jets, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Running out of the gun with White. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 7. Back to throw. Brown. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
19 Tiger. Ready.
Looking to throw. Brown. Here's White. They set up the screen. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Viking 18. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Buffalo 18. Ready.
2nd and 4. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And the Jets are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ready? Cougar 19. Go.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there, second and goal.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Second and goal from the 1.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves.
They'll go with the keeper. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down.
Come on. Set. 6.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4.
Okay, ready?
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal.
79 Bronco 80. Ready?
Back to throw. Brown. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. A 10-play drive that time. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Oh, look at the juke. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Williams. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? From the gun, here's Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw. Williams. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Jermaine Johnson. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go. Here's Williams. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Trap alert!
2nd and 10.
Get it! Ready!
Now a give to White. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Brown. Wilson's got it complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Down to about the 45. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's 2nd and 7.
Ready! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Opting to run again here with White. And And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 38. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here comes third and the length of the football.
Back on 80. Go.
Now a carry for Allen. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Off play action. Brown. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And that will force a turnover on downs. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Finding Moore on the out route for the completion.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Bears.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To the air once more, Williams. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On fourth down, here's Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Bears first down.
To throw, it's Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Here's second down and 3. To throw once more, here's Williams. Pass caught by Burden. Well, there's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. First and 10 here. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To throw, Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did, and just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. So for the Jets, they get a much-needed victory to get to 3-5 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.